Imagine going to jail just because you forgot your wife's birthday, or getting fined for chewing gum, or even worse, being punished for wearing jeans. This might sound like a joke, but these laws actually exist in different countries around the world. Every country has its own rules. Some protect people, some maintain order, but some laws are so strange that you'll question if they are real. Today, we're counting down 20 of the weirdest laws in the world. And trust me, number 1 will absolutely shock you. Let's begin. Number 20. In Switzerland, one of the most peaceful countries in the world, flushing your toilet after 10 p.m. in an apartment building can be considered illegal. The government classifies it as noise pollution. Even standing while urinating late at night in some buildings has reportedly been restricted. Silence is taken very seriously here. Number 19. The Waistline Law. Japan is known for its discipline, advanced technology, and one of the highest life expectancies in the world. But in 2008, the country introduced a unique health regulation, often referred to as the Metabo Law. Under this policy, companies are required to measure the waistlines of employees between certain ages during annual health checkups. The official limit is set at 85 centimeters for men and 90 centimeters for women. If someone exceeds the recommended measurement, they may receive guidance to improve their health. What makes Japan even more fascinating is how its laws sometimes contrast in unexpected ways. In many cities, smoking is restricted on public streets, yet it is still allowed inside designated indoor restaurants. At the same time, drinking beer openly on the street is generally permitted. Number 18. Feeding pigeons in Venice. Italy is famous for its art, architecture, and romantic cities, and Venice is one of the most visited destinations in the world. But if you're planning to enjoy the scenery while feeding pigeons in St. Mark's Square, think again. Feeding pigeons in Venice is illegal. What may seem like an innocent tourist activity has caused long-term damage to historical monuments and increased cleaning costs throughout the city. Number 17. Whistling at night. Canada is often viewed as one of the most peaceful and liberal nations in the world. Yet in the town of Petroleum, Alberta, an old bylaw reportedly prohibits whistling, yelling, or causing loud noise during certain nighttime hours. While rarely enforced, it serves as a reminder that even quiet towns can have surprisingly specific regulations. Number 16. Restrictions on Western fashion. Our list is not complete without North Korea. North Korea is one of the most isolated countries in the world, with extremely strict government control over media and culture. Among its many restrictions are limitations on Western fashion and entertainment. Blue jeans, often associated with Western influence, have reportedly been discouraged or restricted in certain contexts. Watching or distributing unauthorized foreign media, including South Korean dramas or Western films, can lead to severe penalties. In North Korea, information itself is tightly controlled, from websites to music playlists. In a world connected by streaming and social media, North Korea remains largely cut off, where even information crosses borders at great risk. Number 15. High heels banned at historic sites. Greece is home to some of the most ancient and historically significant landmarks in the world, including the Acropolis in Athens. But if you plan to visit these iconic sites wearing high heels, you could be breaking the law. Greece has banned high heels at certain archaeological locations to prevent damage to fragile stone surfaces. The law is designed to preserve history, even if it means sacrificing fashion for the day. Number 14. Running out of fuel on the Autobahn. Germany is famous for its powerful engineering and the legendary Autobahn, a highway system known for having stretches without speed limits. But what many people don't know is that running out of fuel on the Autobahn is illegal. Authorities consider it preventable negligence. Stopping unnecessarily on the highway is extremely dangerous, so drivers are expected to plan ahead. In Germany, even poor preparation can become a punishable offense. Number 13. Speeding fines based on income. Finland consistently ranks as one of the happiest countries in the world, but traffic violations there can be extremely expensive. The country uses a day fine system, meaning speeding fines are calculated based on the offender's income. Wealthier drivers can receive penalties reaching tens of thousands of dollars. In Finland, breaking traffic laws can cost you proportionally. Number 12. Building sandcastles can result in fines. Spain's coastline attracts millions of tourists every year. But on some beaches, building large sandcastles or digging deep holes can result in fines. Authorities enforce these rules to prevent injuries and maintain public safety. Even something as harmless as a sandcastle can become regulated when safety is involved. Number 11. Only licensed electricians can change light bulbs. Australia is known for its vast landscapes and modern cities, but in the state of Victoria, electrical safety laws are extremely strict. Under technical regulations, certain electrical work, including replacing specific types of light fixtures, legally requires a licensed electrician. While everyday bulb replacement inside a home is generally fine, in Australia, safety regulations leave very little room for error. Number 10. Prison escape isn't automatically an extra crime. Germany has an unusual legal principle regarding prison escapes. If a prisoner escapes without causing violence or property damage, the act of escaping itself is not automatically treated as a separate criminal offense. The reasoning is that the desire for freedom is considered a basic human instinct. However, any damage or harm during escape will lead to additional charges. Number 9. Marrying a dead person. France has one of the most unusual marriage laws in the world. Under specific circumstances, a person can legally marry someone who has already passed away. This is known as a posthumous marriage. The law was introduced in 1959 after a tragic dam collapse killed hundreds of people, including a man whose fiancée was pregnant. The government allowed her to marry him posthumously so their child could be legally recognized. Today, posthumous marriage is still legally possible in France, but only with presidential approval and proof that the deceased had intended to marry before their death. Number 8. Waking a sleeping bear for a photo is illegal. Alaska is home to vast wilderness and powerful wildlife. State law prohibits disturbing wildlife, including waking a sleeping bear just to take a photo. The regulation protects both humans and animals from dangerous encounters. In Alaska, nature is respected and legally protected. Number 7. Divorce does not exist. Vatican City is the smallest country in the world and the spiritual center of the Roman Catholic Church. But unlike most nations, divorce does not exist under Vatican law. Marriage within Vatican City follows Catholic canon law, which considers marriage a sacred and lifelong covenant. Instead of divorce, the Church may grant an annulment, a declaration that a valid marriage never existed in the first place. But this is not the same as ending a marriage through divorce. In Vatican City, marriage is not just a legal contract. It is a permanent spiritual commitment. Number 6. Chewing gum sales are restricted. Singapore is often ranked as one of the cleanest and most orderly countries in the world. But in 1992, the government introduced a strict ban on the sale and import of chewing gum. The decision came after repeated problems with gum being stuck on public property, especially on subway train doors, which reportedly caused disruptions in the mass transit system. Today, ordinary commercial chewing gum cannot be freely sold. However, therapeutic gum, such as nicotine gum, is allowed under regulated conditions and can be purchased through pharmacies. Number 5. Driving a dirty car can lead to a fine. In Russia, driving a car that is excessively dirty, especially if the license plate is unreadable, can result in a fine. Authorities classify it as a visibility and identification issue. If mud or snow covers your license plate, police can issue a penalty because the vehicle cannot be properly identified. In extreme cases, drivers have reportedly been fined for cars considered too dirty to read. In Russia, even cleanliness can become a legal matter. Number 4. Unapproved baby names can be rejected. Denmark consistently ranks among the happiest countries in the world. But when it comes to naming children, the government maintains strict oversight. Parents must choose from an approved list of names, and if they want something unusual, they must apply for permission. The goal is to protect children from names that could be considered inappropriate or harmful. In Denmark, even identity begins with regulation. Number 3. Video game curfews for minors. China introduced strict regulations limiting how long minors can play online video games. Under national rules, young players are restricted to specific hours on weekends and holidays. The government says the policy addresses gaming addiction and youth health. In China, screen time can be regulated by law. Number 2. Insulting the president is a criminal offense. Turkey has laws that criminalize insulting the president. Cases have included social media posts and public statements. Authorities argue the law protects the dignity of the office, while critics debate its limits on free speech. In Turkey, political expression can carry serious legal consequences. At number 1, forget your wife's birthday. You may have heard that in Samoa, a husband can be fined for forgetting his wife's birthday. The story has circulated online for years. But there is no formal national law that makes this a criminal offense. Samoa does have strong village-based community systems where local councils handle disputes and family matters. In small communities, social accountability can play an important role in maintaining harmony. But the idea of police arresting someone for forgetting a birthday appears to be a myth rather than a written statute. Sometimes, the strangest laws on the internet turn out to be cultural misunderstandings. Which of these laws shocked you the most? And which one would be hardest for you to live under? Let me know in the comments below. Laws may divide us. Borders may separate us. But discovery brings us closer. Explore more stories from around the globe, only on Worlds Apart.